you wear my Levi jeans when you're popping out your phone. Going down to the ground.
Baby, you know I'm on my bullshit with her lips. Rodeo in your room, that shoe breaks loose with perfect timing. Love when you tease me in them jeans, girl.
Hi, welcome in. All right, y'all, we gotta talk. We gotta discuss. I want to say this. We gotta go. I was meaning to do this live anyway before the news broke that Nigeria was hit yesterday on Christmas Day. And it seems to me that the Nigerians, not all, they're kind of 50-50. Some Nigerians are saying thank you, but they don't even know that it hit a Moscow church that was in praying yesterday. And some Nigerians are now worried because they're saying, listen, and shout out to everyone. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I support y'all. I just want y'all to know how we see things over here, because the love that we, first of all, let me say this, the love that we have for Africa, it can't be replaced. We want the best for y'all. And I understand that y'all don't understand most of what's going on. I don't know why, but over here, it is not what y'all think. Because I'm going to tell y'all how y'all was really could have came over here as refugees, and there could have been a conversation with this president and your president. We're gonna get into that. I feel like they really don't be knowing what's going on in America, and it be hurting my heart until they get to America. And then they get mad at the celebrities that are now in America. The reason why the celebrities that are now in America are not talking about it, because they've been trying to, y'all gonna call it rubbish, hey CC Live, and say that you can't talk about it, right? Well, that's not true. Well, he's this. But if they tell y'all, no, this is what they have going on too. But a lot of Nigerians, from what I've seen, are worried. They're not saying they didn't appreciate the help, and now they're worried because since we gave you that help, well, since you gave us that help, as they say, right? Would that put us back into our resources? Do we have to pay for that? So a lot of people are kind of like, oh, okay, but do we have to give our all? Do we have a price to pay? Will he turn on us? This and that. Another thing I want to say, he does not care about Christians. And immigration, ICE has been going into churches that are Christians and taking them out of their church and putting them in detaining them. We can't use that theory. When I sat here and said that she was, I've told, and I'm gonna say it because she used the same thing. Gender. We're not gonna talk about that because most of them has fixed themselves up to look a different way. Their butts done, their lip fillers, their fillers in their face have fixed themselves up to be a different way. And we're going to talk about saying you're Christian, but you're antagonizing Christian places. But the reason I said that she set them up as well as others is because look what just happened. And we're going to get into that. I'm worried for Nigeria. Because of the fact is, they don't know. Niger, I think I'm saying it right. This is not Nigeria. They sat here and made sure the U.S. can't come into their country. There are people fighting for Nigeria right now and telling Nigeria, no, this isn't, don't know. I'm worried for them. I'm worried for Africa because they feel like America is such a great place, and it's really not Trust me, it's not. Okay, so let me go to StreamYard. Just like I'm now having a conversation. Let me add this on here with American people that are now saying that, oh, well, we were slaves too. Okay, but when we were slaves in the UK, Russia, we're not talking about that. So it's like no accountability for how we got here. But we're gonna look into something. Hold on, let me post something real quick. But I am nervous for them. I'm nervous for them because I feel like it's gonna come with the price. And that worries me. That worries me a lot. Let me share this stuff. So, and a lot of people are like, I can't believe that they asked for this. I don't believe that. I just don't believe that they asked. Well, to believe it, hold on. Believe it, honey. Believe it. And I hope the president know what he is doing. I hope he does. On this holy day, I wish all Christians in Nigeria and around the world a Merry Christmas. I thank God for the opportunity to serve as the leader of our great country, and I pray for peace in our land, especially between individuals of differing religious belief. There is no difference in religious belief. I stand committed to doing everything within my power to ensuring religious freedom. First of all, hold on, and to protect Christians, Muslims, and all Nigerians from violence. I want to say this to y'all because I know a lot of y'all believe Nigeria. First of all, baby, Nigeria is home, and he put it in there to Catholic, Muslim, Christianity, spirituality, all types of stuff, and it's free. And don't believe that they can't be free in Nigeria. Yes, they can. This has nothing to do with Christianity. This has nothing to do with that. And they keep feeding this whole thing of using that as a propaganda. It's more to that. Let me see. Yeah, he launched it. I'm going to play some videos. He also posted this. Child, we're going to play some videos. Let me go to my Instagram and TikTok. I had heard this news yesterday, and I was like, are you serious? And a lot of people are saying that they need to start blaming Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, it was like Nicki Minaj is going to be blamed for this. And I agree because, I mean, people are going to feel like she's to blame. I told y'all that they would use Nicki Minaj to put the blame on in the barbs. They just started streaming this girl music. They don't know nothing about her music. Let me play what Charmaine Spots had, I think Poster Spots has to say. I love her content. I follow her on TikTok. She's very great, y'all. She's another great one.
Launched airstrikes in northwest Nigeria on Christmas Day. The US says it hit ISIS fighters responsible for killing civilians. Trump called it powerful, deadly, and warned that if the killings continue, they'll be back for more. But this didn't happen in a vacuum. In November, Nigeria said it was open to US help, but only if sovereignty was respected. So no boots on the ground, just cooperation. That was the line. Since then, the US has flown surveillance over Nigerian airspace. Now they've dropped bombs. The US says it was done with full cooperation from the Nigerian government. Some reports say Nigeria even requested it. The government confirmed it. Intelligence sharing, coordination, everything. These weren't rogue strikes, despite what we're seeing online, right? The mood seems chaotic. But if we look at the data, this wasn't done to Nigeria. It was done with Nigeria, and that changes everything. And yes, it wasn't just government, right? Nigerians in the north had been calling for help. Some even tagged Trump directly. That tells you just how desperate it's been. And we can't take that lightly.
Yeah, a lot of even this person in the comment, they said when the news broke yesterday, I was heartbroken, not because I want terror to continue in that region of my country, But because we couldn't defend ourselves despite all the wealth we have, we're still dependent on Big Brother to help. I do not feel proud to be a Nigerian right now, especially with some other news about politicians being dragged for billions of stolen commonwealth that could have been used to fund security or other useful things in the country. And it's so sad. I agree. Um, like I said, when they asked, and let me tell y'all why I disagree with him doing that and why Nigeria should have had a conversation instead of doing that. And this is why I feel like they don't know. Do y'all know that before Christmas that he could have had Nigerian refugees here, but he had the South Africans come because of racism, but Nigerian refugees cannot. And then he's saying by February 1st, which is Black History Month, I want y'all to take this in consideration. Not only is Haitians being deported, but Nigerians and Somalians as well, in any African origin. So just imagine you have to walk around as a Black American born in the United States with your paperwork.
When people are unprotected and unheard, they'll look anywhere for rescue. But we need to be mindful that even rescue comes with terms. And just to be clear, I'm not in love with the idea of Trump entering Nigeria. I've been really clear about this. I'm wary of it, deeply.
Yeah.
But
Too.
I do understand the insecurity. If a government feels it can't handle the insecurity alone, then yes, maybe it should seek help. And yes, I know that there's tension with neighbors in the Sahel. The politics aren't easy. But if the region's on fire, Nigeria shouldn't be waiting for harmony. It should lead anyway. What's Trump getting in return? Because Nigeria is rich in uranium, lithium, oil, the kinds of resources that draw in foreign powers fast. But I'm not going to dwell on all of the minerals, because I realized when we talk about the lives and resources in the same breath, it starts to sound like we're justifying one with the other. And that's not what this is. But nothing from the US comes for free. There's always a deal. And while they say these strikes are targeted, who's protecting the people living in between? The civilians that get caught in the middle, the ones with no flags, no weapons, no warning. If Nigeria isn't strategic, it won't just lose airspace, it will lose the outcome. If this is the new security plan, then where's the exit clause?
I have to find what video I did when I talked about Nigeria. And there were people who are like, I guess they have like a Congress just like we do. It's kind of different. They didn't want nobody that didn't know how important Nigeria was to be over Nigeria. And this is why they say we don't want them, because y'all don't know nothing. This man said, he said, you don't know nothing about how important Nigeria is in Africa. And why everybody want it. Exactly what that man said. He said, oh, it's a disgrace. I was like, what are you talking about? Man, that man said that. I'm going to find that video.
Who controls the skies next month, next year, or after Trump's gone? Because let's be honest, Trump is campaigning. Nigeria is cooperating with a candidate. So what happens if he loses? What happens if the US pulls out and the North is left exposed again? Security deals themselves aren't the problem. Open-ended deals with no sunset clause are. Nigeria must demand clarity, set fixed timelines, limit the scope of foreign action, reassert regional leadership, and invest in rebuilding local trust. Because if you're not in control of your own peace, then who really owns it? Let's talk. Trump just confirmed the United States launched airstrikes in North.
Is telling the truth. That's true. If you don't have no control over it, who owns it? Now the lie that the assembly was not, girl. I seen that man. I'm gonna find that before we leave, baby. When that man say he don't know, he said, do you know about how important it is, our land? And the man was like, yeah, but he said, okay, do you think they know how important? Like he was asking, and they was like, they never mentioned nothing about how important it was, and that pissed them off because they felt like, one, can you help control to where you have control over this? Two, can you stop any interest? To me, Nigeria just gave an interest for America to come and do what they want to do to Nigeria. And the reason I say that is because we now are in a repeat of history. Now they can come in. This was their lead way. to say, hey, Venezuela, same thing. Hey, let's go in and, yeah, that's their lead way. I want to play some videos. I was like, and I thought about that. I was like, yeah, but come on now.
So America bombed Nigeria today. America bombed Northwest Nigeria, claiming that they needed to get the terrorists out. Imagine if a country like Nigeria or any.
And I want y'all to keep in mind, Nigeria and Venezuela are rich in oil. America, I even looked it up. No, we don't. We don't have it, y'all. Contrary to what y'all want to believe, they have better for us. That's in their mind. Oh, they have this type. They have it better than what we have. The minerals and all that stuff. And I'm not saying that, oh, their lives, but I feel like the same people that came in knew that. You have to look at it. If you got them coming, basically it's like a fight for it. So it wasn't just Muslims, it was everybody, right? So now they're looking at how to take over, to control. Look what's like, come on now, let's be honest. It's the same pot calling the kettle black.
Where else bombed America to get the Christian radical extremists out?
I'm just saying.
Where is Turning Point USA? Where's Nicki Minaj with all the things happening in Israel? The Christians went back to Bethlehem to celebrate Christmas for the first time in years since the conflict was going on. And the Israeli police were arresting Palestinian Christians. So where are you guys at? Where's the same energy for is where is this happening at in Israel? And best believe the bombing in Nigeria is not about people Nigerians being harmed. It's about oil.
Look at what is being done to Christians all around the world.
It's about oil and it's about the region. But where is Nicki Minaj? Where are you at? Because
Nicki Minaj is hiding because to what she believes, she's going to be under attack. I went on Twitter and the way the Barbs and Nicki is getting ate up right now with the people that are pissed, that girl ain't said not a goddamn thing. She has said nothing. She said a pit. Nicki is being exposed for what she said about the president. So now people are mad. Oh, baby, the backfire has happened.
You are a Christian that's fighting for Christians, right? What about the Christians in the birthland of Jesus Christ? Things that make you go, Merry Christmas. So America bombed Nigeria today.
Exactly.
America bombed
the Christians. I'm gonna play what Dr. Umar had to say. Listen, I'm not a fan of Umar like that.
Conducting airstrikes in northwest Nigeria, accused of killing targeting and viciously killing primarily Christians. Now, the Department of War, of which there will be many.
So, I don't want to play that whole thing. I want to be like, oh, some people have said, if y'all trying to protect the Christians and y'all just did that, ain't you harming the Christians?
Trump don't see them. He only sees the one in Nigeria, and let me tell you why, Art. I know you're familiar with Ibrahim Traoré and the Sahel Alliance. Ibrahim Traoré is the president of Burkina Faso. You also have the president of Niger, Chiani, and you have General Goita of Mali.
Now, Chiani over Niger has said he just put out an order. U.S. cannot come on his territory. Burkina Faso, Faso, I hope I say his first name right. He said no. You got Mali. Same thing. Baby, pay attention. I want y'all to listen to this.
Right? Look. The real reason, Art, and I need you to get this. The real reason Donald Trump wants to invade northern Nigeria, Art, has nothing to do with Black Christians. Nothing to do with my Christian brothers and sisters in the north. Northern Nigeria sits under what country, Art? Northern Nigeria sits right under Niger, one of the 3 countries in the Sahel Alliance. Nigeria borders Niger. And why is Niger so important, Art? Who is the #1 supplier of uranium in the world? Niger. Do you know what you need uranium for, Art? Nuclear missiles.
Hold on. Wait. He not lying. He not lying. Nigeria said no. Nigeria said no. Not I. This is what the people in Nigeria said that was in the assembly say this is what they want. To cut it all out to where it can't be there and to handle it themselves.
Nuclear bombs, nuclear technology, nuclear warheads. Niger is the #1 supplier of uranium. And in the nuclear age, Art, uranium is the vibranium of Black Panther. In the nuclear age, uranium is the vibranium that they talked about in the Black Panther movie. So the reason Donald Trump needs to get into northern Nigeria, Art, so they can invade and try to overthrow President Chiani in Niger so they can get control of the uranium. Are you with me so far?
I follow you.
Not only does Niger have uranium, they have gold and other resources. And then next to Niger, you have who? Mali. Mali has gold. Mali has copper. Mali has zinc and unlimited natural resources. And then Burkina Faso is only a hop, skip, and a jump from northern Nigeria.
Bingo.
And you know they want to get rid of Ibrahim Traore. And we pray to God and the ancestors that never happens. But they want to get rid of Ibrahim Traore because he's the leader. And what does...
That is why they said what they said. Why Nigerians are worried. Okay, that's great. But now they're starting to say, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, some Nigerians, we don't care about that. We just want to be safe. Baby, you better care. Because let me put it to you like this. You already got people coming at you, right, to try to get there. Look at what else you got coming toward. Now you have 2 people, really. That's why they're worried. Listen, trust me, U.S. has done a lot, and they're not an ally. I'm sorry. And it's no disrespect. The way that they are operating now, they cannot be an ally to nobody. I'm just being honest. They have too much dirt on their hands with blood. If y'all look at history of America, I wouldn't put the U.S. as an ally. I'm sorry. I can't, man.
Burkina Faso have a whole lot of gold, Art. Donald Trump wants to geopolitically and strategically put the U.S. military in northern Nigeria so they have easy access to invade Niger right above, Mali right above to the left, and Burkina Faso right above even further to the left. Do you see that?
Right, I see.
This is about overthrowing independent African states, Art. Donald Trump don't give a damn about no Black Christians in Nigeria. He don't care about the ones here. So for my sister, Nicki Minaj, to go to the United Nations.
That's crazy.
And give voice to Donald Trump's false flag of caring about Christian Nigerians and Black Africa is a disservice to her race. Trump don't see them. He only sees the one in Nigeria. And let me tell you why, Art. I know you're familiar with Ibrahim Traore and the Sahel Alliance. Ibrahim Traore is the president of Burkina Faso. You also have the president of Niger, Chiani, and you have General Goita of Mali, right? Right. The real reason, Art, and I need you to get this, the real reason Donald Trump wants to invade northern Nigeria.
So Trump bombed Nigeria, y'all, yesterday, and basically it was for basically him saying that he's getting the terrorists, he's getting ISIS because ISIS has been killing the Christians in Nigeria and things like that, right, y'all? Now, it was 3 days ago, y'all, in Bakamo, Mali, that Captain Abraham Traore made a statement, and he literally stated that the what he called it, the Black Winter. He said the Black Winter is here and it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Now on Christmas, Trump decides to bomb them. Now, the rhetoric around saving Christians is being weaponized to justify a new era of foreign military intervention in West Africa. And this follows a familiar, dangerous playbook. Okay, y'all, we witnessed the warning of Captain Abraham Traore 3 days.
Right, but here's my thing. The protection, she's not just, she looked for protection because she's not a U.S. citizen. But here's my thing, Mary. As she's tap dancing, she's not going to get that because look at what he's doing. He's sending who back? Immigrants. She's an immigrant. She could still be sent back home and he could play in her face. It's not going to work. What she looking for ain't going to happen. It's just not.
Days ago, right, y'all, his speech about a Black Winter, days later, the United States decides to bomb them and conduct strikes on Nigeria on Christmas. Framed as a rescue mission, the narrative is being set, counterterrorism and sectarian protection as pretext, y'all, for a renewed geopolitical chessboard. But we're no... Nigeria has lots of things that America is using. They're using them for minerals, okay? And for anyone that's in Nigeria that does not think that their government doesn't have some type of part into the deaths and all the things that's happening in Nigeria, then, you know, it's kind of like how people that's not in America, they know what the fuck our government is doing to us, and we're not in Africa, and we know what the fuck y'all government is doing to y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're paying attention to Abraham Traore. I've been following this man for a while now, and like he said, the celebration of surgical strikes, y'all, ignores the long winter of blowback, y'all, displacement and entrenched conflict that always follows, okay, y'all? This isn't salvation, okay? It's the opening of the new front, and the question for 2024 is no longer if foreign powers will expand their military footprint in the region, but how wide the war will become, because you have America consistently following Israel's orders, okay, y'all? You have Bibi Netanyahu literally threatening Nigerians, okay, y'all? He's literally putting his 2 cents into this shit as well. So we're not, this is not just happening. I just seen that Bibi Netanyahu just said that he was going to have America bomb South Africa, right? So it's like y'all have to pay attention to what the fuck is really happening. And to the soldiers,
he's pissing them off. Why would you do that to South Africa? Like I said, they just got fucking played. Excuse my French. Because they could have been refugees. Like South Africa. But they didn't want to. That wasn't the plan.
The American soldiers that are following these fucking orders. This shit is crazy. So Trump bombed Nigeria, y'all, yesterday, and basically it was for basically...
We do know that these strikes were carried out in coordination with the Nigerian government. The Nigerian Foreign Ministry has come out to confirm the security cooperation with international partners, including, they said, the United States of America, in addressing the persistent threat of terrorism and violent extremism. The Nigerian government is in a difficult position because they have to firstly accept this coordination and this cooperation with the US in order to get ahead of their growing terrorism problem. But they also have to actively denounce and reject the claims that come with that cooperation, that there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria, that Christian communities are persecuted or targeted by terrorism more than any other community. Now, just on Christmas Eve, we saw a bomb in a mosque, a packed mosque in Maiduguri in the northeastern state of Borno in Nigeria. And I think that's kind of an example or a symbol of the fact that These terrorist strikes, these ISWAP, IS in West Africa province strikes, as well as Boko Haram attacks, do target Muslim communities in Nigeria. We've seen that over the last 15 years of their increased activity. So while these strikes may have been a successful move, may have been successful coordination, they also come with President Trump saying that they've targeted ISIS terrorist scum in northwest Nigeria who've been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not even seen for many years, he said, and even centuries. And these kind of statements are expected from the Trump administration. He's been repeating them for the last few months.
They're killing record numbers of Christians in Nigeria. And they have other countries very bad also. You know that part of the world very bad. They're killing the Christians and killing.
But from what I understand, what he said was Nigeria was disgusting. Y'all remember he said that about Nigeria? But now that everybody cool, I'm a little, I don't trust it. I don't trust it, y'all. He said that, say, oh, Nigeria's is this, Nigeria is that. I can't trust it. I'm sorry. I don't trust that. And the reason why I don't trust that, for them to be, oh, so cool now.
I'm in very large numbers.
And in November, he did threaten military intervention. What is also interesting on the U.S. side is how will MAGA factions respond to more foreign military intervention from the U.S. In just the span of a week? We saw him target ISIS, carry out ISIS strikes and hit ISIS targets in Syria at the end of last week, then hitting another tanker, and now these strikes in Nigeria. And I think this kind of does undermine his America First approach. And we've seen defections by Marjorie Taylor Greene. We've seen Trump loyalists come out and actively say that they don't want America involved in any other wars. And now these strikes, I think, will cause more and more.
They said they wanted he was going to be peaceful. Now they feel like they can do this, child. Let me shut up.
Tension and differences within the MAGA faction.
Mm-hmm.
We do know that these strikes were carried out in coordination with the Nigerian government. The Nigerian Foreign Ministry has come out to.
He did not hit what he lied and say he hit. He did not hit a supposedly ISIS building. He hit a church. So imagine that these people are thinking they safe, and and come to find out tomorrow we hear that he lied. I want to know what you're going to do. He did not hit an ISIS building. He hit a church. Yes. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all. He lied and said that it was, it's an ISIS building. It was a church. And people are sitting here praising and thinking that he hit a building. He did not hit that's the crazy child. Let me see. Hold on, let me stop sharing. Because he really have these people. People are freaking out because they know it didn't go what they thought it was. He hit a Moscow. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Killing 5 people. He did not hit. Let me see if I can show it. Let me see if I can pull it up. If I can't pull it up on here. Here it is. Here it is. Hold on. Hold on. Let me show y'all. It was a Moscow. It wasn't a building. Oh, my bad, y'all. Yes. He's gonna have, and that's what I'm saying. He gonna have the entire world at him, because you got to think about it. You just killed 5 people, innocent people, innocent people. Then you're gonna tell people that you struck something to a country built that had a ISIS. What are you talking about? And everybody doing this. No, baby, y'all really got to look at the context. He really just initiated, and he fell for it. Let me see. I hate to say it, but he fell for it. He fell for it, and because Nigeria is free to Catholic or religion, there's not a problem. So everybody, they don't like their president. I'm gonna show y'all. They don't like this man.
Will be a joyous one for every one of us.
Amen.
The coming holidays will not be a disaster for Nigeria.
Amen.
God will bless all of you. Amen. You stay in peace, rejoice in peace, dance in peace.
Amen.
No alcohol, no danger to anybody's life.
Remind you, everybody in Lagos right now, which is a mile away, for the Dirty December. And now he's saying no alcohol, but they out here don't give it. Listen, looking at the comments, they ain't fucking with this man.
Oh, bro. Everybody is a member of this great family. ECO is making progress. Nigeria is making progress. Coming Christmas will be
I'm sick of y'all.
Here's everything that's happened in Nigeria in the last 12 hours. The US has confirmed airstrikes on ISIS-linked targets in northwest Nigeria. President Trump said the strikes were carried out under his orders, with Sokoto State confirmed as the location. US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said Nigeria's government was aware and cooperated through intelligence sharing. while Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Ministry confirmed ongoing security collaboration. Residents of Jabo community in Tambuwal local government area of Sokoto State fled their homes after burning debris believed to be rocket parts landed in the area following the airstrikes. President Trump also warned that further military action could follow if terrorist attacks continue in parts of
Nigeria. Y'all finna have an invasion. Please get it under control. Hey, please. This man is not, I keep telling y'all, he's not coming to save you. It's coming with a price. He has a price. He wants something from you. He's going to want something and he's going to take it. Let me tell you something. He's going to take it and say that y'all did. I'm going to tell y'all right now how it's going to look for y'all come January. Nigeria didn't do a thing. Africa didn't do nothing. I got the price. I did that. They owe me for saving their life. Exactly what he going to say to y'all. I promise you. I promise on everything I love. He going to say that. How much y'all want to bet? So what he asked for and you say no? How much you want to bet that he gonna sit here and say that? And guess what that price gonna be? Don't be no fool.
Nigeria, describing the strikes as targeted operations against extremist groups. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has ordered the demolition of the 25-story Great Nigeria Insurance House on Martin Street, Lagos Island, which was engulfed by fire on Wednesday. In Jigawa State, the Federal Road Safety Corps confirmed that 11 people lost their lives and 12 others were injured in a lone vehicle crash along the Rinim Sankara Begua Road. The presidency has denied reports claiming President Bola Tinubu replaced his chief of staff, Femi Gbajabiamila. Officials described the reports as completely false and urged the public to ignore unverified claims. Full details of every story are on my WhatsApp channel link in bio. By the way, if you want more daily updates like this, I've tagged another solid news page in the description. Go check them out. Here's everything that's happened in Nigeria in the last 12 hours. The US has confirmed airstrikes on ISIS-linked targets in northwest Nigeria. President Trump said the strikes were carried out under his orders, with Sokoto State confirmed as the location. US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said Nigeria's government was aware and cooperated through intelligence sharing, while Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Ministry confirmed ongoing security collaboration. Residents of Jabo community in Tambuwal local government area of Sokoto State fled their homes after burning debris believed to be rocket parts landed in the area following the airstrikes. President Trump also warned that further military action could follow if terrorist attacks continue in parts of Nigeria, describing the strikes as targeted operations against extremist groups. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has ordered the demolition.
All right. So listen to this.
By now, we all know that America and President Donald Trump has taken not one but two oil tankers from Venezuela. Now, those oil tankers just so happen to have some sort of connection with Nigeria also. Now, we have a Nigerian general.
This is President Obonjo of Laughter Republic. 24 hours has now passed since I made the video addressing the US government. We still have not seized the oil tankers that were stolen from Venezuela and from Nigeria.
Basically, jumping on camera telling us that they're gonna need that shit back. Mr. Nigerian General, y'all not getting shit back.
The moment y'all let them over there, yeah, it's a lot. The moment Nigeria, y'all let them over there, and now they know that your stuff is in Venezuela, y'all just gave the open door for them to come over there. And you're not getting that back. To him, he's not going to get that back. You want me to tell you why? Because in his mind, you owe him that. We were trying to tell y'all. I don't know when it comes to us telling y'all stuff, it's like y'all just don't want to listen. But now it's going to be bigger than what it is because it could have been avoided. But let's continue, honey.
I don't know what you don't understand, but America took that shit.
Exactly.
And they're going to take some more.
Exactly.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Exactly.
We are watching gangster TV. We got the biggest gangster in office right now, Donald Trump, and he's not giving nothing back. He don't give a fuck, right? He don't care about Nigeria or Venezuela if it's not obvious by now. He's kicking all the Venezuelans out, kicking all the Nigerians out, because y'all not really trying to play ball correctly. You get what I'm saying? All the scamming and scheming, dipping and diving. We don't like that. We don't like that, right? So you're not getting the tankers back. It's ours now. We took it. Get that shit back in blood. That's what the rappers say, Pooh Shiesty and them. Get it back in blood. Take it back. And we all know that's not going to happen. Y'all got robbed. It is what it is. They took the oil. They took the fucking boat. They sniping Venezuelans with that laser gun. That's a fucking laser. You know that, right? Those aren't bullets hitting them boats in the ocean. That's a laser. So get it back in blood. Y'all not getting the oil back. We got the biggest gangster in the office. It's over. TPS status is ending. It ended for the Venezuelans. They writing something up right now for the Nigerians. Get the fuck out of here. Go back home with no oil. You got to go back home empty-handed.
Exactly.
I don't know what else to tell you.
That's why we told y'all. We said, hey, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't even do it. Don't do it. That's why we say don't do it. Y'all gonna have to get that under control. Nobody, we kept saying that nobody coming to save y'all. He's not gonna save you. He gonna get what he want. Don't do it. Watch, it's gonna be some mess, y'all. I'm telling y'all. They really finna find out, and it's really finna be some mess. I promise you. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of Nigeria is going to find out real quick. This is the beginning. It's going to be some mess. I'm telling y'all. I hope y'all know. It's going to be some mess. Nigeria, listen, we were just telling y'all, because like we say, we love y'all. We love all of y'all in Africa. Y'all are good people. We have nothing against y'all. Listen, understand that. We understand because we how we're being treated. We got y'all, but we understand how you don't like being treated. We understand that. The blacks over here, we understand that. Brown people, we understand that. That's why we were telling y'all. Even some of the white people, majority of the white people have said, they're leaving some of these that's on his side alone. We telling y'all, please don't find out. Don't find out. Please don't, because now. It's gonna be bigger than this. It's another thing to cross over. It's gonna be another thing to cross over. It's gonna be some mess. It's gonna be some mess. So y'all get ready. Get your flashlights. Make sure you stock up on your water. Make sure you got everything in control because, yeah. Oh yeah. It's finna be crazy. I'm telling y'all. If they don't get that man in that office in control, and he just doing stuff just to prove control and to give it out and to be in control, it's finna be bad. This is just the beginning. We haven't even touched the surface yet. This is just the beginning. Nobody wants no war with them over there. Africa's always been on the right side of history of protecting theirs. And to see this and then to know that this is what's going to happen.
Sorry, General. I don't even know how to say his name, so I'm not going to butcher it. Much respect to you, but you're not getting nothing back. Sorry, bro.
Yeah,
by now we all know that American President Donald Trump has taken not one but two.
He's not going to give that back.
After more than a decade of our people being massacred in total indifference, we could no longer tolerate this system. Niger's President Tiani addressed the Sahel Alliance Summit. He declared the AES Confederation a sovereign rupture from a failed order designed to exploit resources and keep nations poor. He stated plainly, no country, no international organization will decide for our nations again. He cited the unified military, single diplomatic voice, and new investment bank as proof of progress. He called the alliance a bastion against terrorism and a seed for African rebirth. His closing vision was unwavering. The fight we are waging is a fight for African renaissance.
This whole thing about the US attack in northern Nigeria has been circulating for about 3 days. I saw it coming. I did a live stream about it. I posted videos about it. This is about to ignite a real religious conflict in Nigeria. A vast majority of Muslims in Nigeria are not running around trying to exterminate Christians. The Christians as well in Nigeria are not running around trying to exterminate the Muslims. The problem is when you insert the United States of America to solve a problem, which you can solve. But there are a lot of bottlenecks and a lot of issues within the Nigerian bureaucracy and even within the elites themselves that are complicit in this whole crime and this whole atrocities happening in Nigeria. Let's be guided. The picture being put out there is that the Christians in Nigeria have gone to the US to invite America to bomb the Muslims. Let's be careful. This whole thing about the US attack in northern Nigeria has been circulating for about...
Child, this has been going on for a minute. Oh, really? Hold on, wait.
So there is a new development to the U.S. airstrikes launched in Nigeria.
But from what they're saying, people coming out saying that the president of Nigeria said, "Oh yeah, this is a great thing." Let's listen to what he has said, because he's basically saying they disagree with this. Did I just tell y'all? I said this on Thursday. They did a whole argue with me down, honey. I say, wait till in the morning. It's gonna be a different story. No, it's not. No, it's not. They agree. Okay, I'm gonna play it. I like being right.
Northwest region against ISIS on Christmas Day by the US, and now, as we now know, in collaborations with the Nigerian authority. So, yes, as a follow-up to the public statement issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to confirming that
there is no collaboration with the United States of America. I'm trying to understand why people failed to put that in the article and said that as they know, and now it's coming out there was none. We don't even know the truth right now. What's if it's collaboration or not? Because it's sad. You got people saying no. You got him saying that we don't know. But I'm gonna tell you what we do know. They want something back. Continue.
Nigeria's Foreign Minister Yusuf Tuga appeared on China's TV this morning, and as you can see, to have an interview. While what he said wasn't new, based on just elaboration of what was released in the public statement and in the joint statement released by both the US authorities and Nigeria, there was something he now said in the interview that calls for concern. We're going to unpack all of this in a jiffy, but I'll allow you to see a snippet of that interview, and then when we'll come back, we'll look at it from a very broader perspective and tell you why this is looking like we're in a deeper problem than we are supposed to be in it. Let's watch the video.
Okay, so we understand that there was some reconnaissance done before the strikes. Were we also involved in that, and how so?
It's Nigeria that provided the intelligence. I was on the phone yesterday for 19 minutes with Secretary of State Marco Rubio of the United States. We spoke extensively, and we agreed that I was going to speak with President Tinubu, for President Tinubu to give the go-ahead. And I did speak with him. And it was agreed also that the statements that would follow would be statements that will show clearly that it is a strike against terrorism and that it is part of the ongoing joint operations between Nigeria and collaboration between Nigeria and the United States, and that it is not to do with religion, it's to do with protecting Nigerians and innocent lives of either Nigerians.
Okay, so Yusuf Tugade, Nigerian's foreign minister, you heard the Nigerian authority still has a problem with giving religious coloration to these particular strikes, and that worries me as a person. So why is the Nigerian authorities hell-bent on ensuring that the US, of course, Donald Trump didn't listen to that counsel. He went on to make his public statement detailing that they are doing these strikes or launching these attacks against them solely because Christians are not safe in the country. Now, let's go into a review, for example, and this is an intellectual conversation. What is the ideology, or what are the ideologies of the terrorist groups operating in Nigeria? If we look, take a roll call of the terrorist groups in Nigeria, let's start with Boko Haram, for example. Boko Haram is an Islamic extremist terrorist group operating in northeast Nigeria. Boko Haram seeks to establish an Islamic state and then oppose Western education and influence. They've been involved in mass killings and bombings, kidnappings all around Nigeria, especially in the northeast region, but Islamic extremist group. There is also a splinter group from Boko Haram that now merged or working closely with ISIS, and that is called ISWAP, the Islamic State of West African Province, right? This particular one, again, is even more extremist than the Boko Haram extremism, because they now target military and the government. The goal again is to establish the Islamic State and ensure that whatever opposes to that establishment is attacked. So there is Ansaru, one of the fragments of the Sahel region desolation, as it were. Ansaru linked with Al-Qaeda. But this particular group is also an Islamic extremist group. But this particular one, with a bit of origin from Sudan, for example, we are being told that they attack foreigners, humanitarian workers. So just in case all of the activities of Boko Haram and ISWAP will not provide people to come in to offer humanitarian support, foreign, these people attack them. Yet still an Islamic extremist jihadist group. So there is also the Lakurawa group. This particular one, as we are being told, migrated from Niger Republic, from Mali, from Burkina Faso, an amalgamation of both elders and then jihadists. They were their initial role were to help protect some communities in Nigeria. They were contracted to protect some communities in Nigeria against cattle rustlers and armed bandits. Of course, they said they were successful in that role, but they have not turned themselves into becoming armed bandits, now kidnapping, killing, and then they are taking levies. In fact, what they do now is tax collection in the whole of that region, taking levies and imposing fines on these communities. Again, an Islamic jihadist group mixed with headers. Why? If they explain Nigeria to you and you understand, they don't explain them well. And there are several others. Of all the terrorist groups operating in Nigeria at the moment, the only one that we can say are not actually positioned, the ideology is not to attack Christians, is the armed bandits. The videos of the young men we see in various bushes and forests around Nigeria, because their role is their anger is about activism and really not about religious extremism. For them, certain Nigerian authorities, businessmen, retired generals, as we have been told, the politicians and even some persons in power have been using them to perpetrate some illegal mining, give protection and cover to the illegal miners that are mining Nigerian mineral resources in the forest and ungoverned areas of Nigeria. However, these guys have now become restless and they are now agitated to saying that they want their lives better. They want a share of all of the monies that have been leaving their coffers or leaving their forests or their lands. into private pocket, because this money is not reflecting in the Nigerian GDP, is not entering the Nigerian pocket, is not part of the Nigerian income generation channels. So these are the people that are not, what you are seeing is reaction. That's why these guys are comfortable enough to go live on TikTok, show monies that they have earned from either kidnap people as ransom and all of that, because for them, they think that what they are doing is activism and not necessarily extremism. That is why people like Sheikh Gumi is advocating for negotiation for them, because that was the same measure that the Niger.
Okay, because I know y'all kind of like, what is he saying? I'm gonna just sum it up. This ain't none of our business. Don't we like America likes to invade where they have no business. So he basically saying what is put out there is not all true. It is not a religious thing. This has to do with like he said, business owners, people in politics, landowners, and more than just that. They're just using the religion factor is used for a propaganda. Farmers has been saying, listen, we're struggling over here. They're having a hard time. He basically saying there's no collaboration. Like people, I'm telling y'all just get ready.
Militants were being compensated or granted amnesty because they wanted their mineral resources being exploited to have reflection on their lives. Now, take bandit away. With all of the other terrorist groups I have called, which of them do not have an Islamic origination or foundation or ideology? Why is the Nigerian authorities doing everything humanly possible to remove the fact that these are Islamist extremist groups?
Basically, and like they're saying, Nigerians have every right to move them people out of. They know how to do it. It's like saying they didn't want to do it. Hold on. Find a video where the Nigerians are concerned, and we're gonna come out of here. I'm only doing 2 lives today, y'all. I am exhausted, but I will be doing the reality TV tomorrow. I promise y'all that. Okay. They are concerned, and I'm finna share it with y'all. They're kind of concerned.
Sheikh Gumi is one man I don't understand who he is and what he is to the Nigerian government. DSS are not doing anything about Sheikh Gumi. The military are not doing anything about Sheikh Gumi. The Nigerian government are not doing anything about Sheikh Gumi. Since this terrorist group attack intensified in Nigeria for the past couple of months, this man Sheikh Gumi have been saying a lot of things. Why they need to keep on negotiating with these people. There was even a time he said that Nigerian government should be grateful. People should be grateful that this T group now goes to schools and kidnap children, and they don't harm them. Later, they release them. If it were before, they go to village and they left a lot of pied bodies on the road. They are no longer doing that. They are now, going to kidnap children and all that. And no.
He said in Nigeria, I don't know if Extreme, are you? Let me know if you are from Nigeria or there. But he was saying that there was attacks on Christians. And you could put in the comment how you feel about it. You can tell me. Okay?
No one has actually invited this man for questioning or anything. Now, this recent attack that happened on Christmas night in the northern part of Nigeria, this man has also come out to say that the Nigerian government should stop every military cooperation with the United States of America, because this attack or this cooperation is going to, is going to lead to something else that's going to escalate. That's going to be, maybe it's going to be like a war. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's saying. What is he even trying to imply? Like, what is
he's saying that? Okay, he's saying that it's not what y'all think it's about, and it's going to initiate something. That's what he's saying. He's been saying it since day one. It's going to initiate. This is the tip I'm even telling y'all. Y'all ain't got to the meat and potatoes yet. Y'all ain't got to the meat and potatoes yet. Because that man just invaded Venezuela and took their oil in y'all's. And they're asking for it back, and he's not giving it back.
He's saying My question is, what is Nigerian government doing with Sheikh Gumi? Who is Sheikh Gumi? Why can't this man be stopped? Why can't he be questioned? Sometimes it looks like this Sheikh Gumi gives the vibes. He says some things that will make you want to think that he's the one that sponsors these terrorists in Nigeria, or he's part of those that sponsor these terrorists in Nigeria, or he's a supporter. Every of his comments makes you want to think like that. Every of his comments make you want to question who is he? What is his role with the terrorist group in Nigeria? But I keep asking a bigger question. Why is the Nigerian government not doing anything about Sheikh Gumi? I'm not going to lie. You see this Sheikh Gumi.
I've made the executive decision to make beans on Christmas Day. That's not a crime. Like, that's not a fucking crime. If you said, hey, in response to what I just said, you are actually the problem, because, hear me out, right? I eat jollof rice and fried rice every other day to the point that I'm used to it. Like, it's a very common thing now, so there's nothing special about it anymore. So why don't I just cook beans? Because I don't eat beans a lot. And I really like beans. Like, one thing I would never understand, don't proper.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell she talking about.
Foreign war planes are now striking inside Nigeria, and that should scare every Nigerian, no matter your religion. No matter your religion, because this is going to be very messy.
Bingo.
Donald Trump confirmed US airstrikes on ISIS-linked fighters in Nigeria and ended his Christmas message with Merry Christmas, including the dead terrorists. But if that's all you are focusing on, you're missing the real problem. The real issue. This did not start with America. It started with years of the Nigerian government's failure to protect Nigerians. Christians have died in large numbers in Nigeria. That is a fact that is undisputed. But today, insecurity affects everyone in Nigeria. Muslims, Christians, farmers, traders, entire communities.
Yep.
And here's the contradiction nobody wants to talk about. Nigeria can send troops to help Benin handle its security problems, but struggles to secure its own citizens at home. When a government fails internally, foreign intervention becomes inevitable. Now, this is how Libya began to fall. Internal weakness, external assistance, then permanent chaos. Nigeria must not become another Libya, because once foreign powers define your security, your sovereignty is already compromised. This whole insecurity issue in Nigeria is bigger than Donald Trump. This is about Nigeria's future. Let's think about it. And thank you all for watching this video.
All right, y'all. I want to go into a little Miss Thing real quick. How what you call it? Miss Thing. Listen. We finna go to child. The Barbs are fighting for their life. They fighting for their life. Oh Lord. I'm scared, y'all. Oh Lord. All right, we're gonna get into it. Because I'm gonna say this: the Barbs are to blame. Yes, she was. It's about their future. I knew that when Nicki said, "Oh, it's the Christians." First of all, Nicki Minaj ain't never been a Christian a day in her damn life. And practice Christian values. I just want to let y'all know right now. Number one, Shorty is broke. Number two, there ain't nobody doing music with the girl. Number three, I don't want to hear no album from her after seeing Snoop Dogg ass last night with that train wreck of a show that he put on with that white lady acting like she Beyonce. I agree. And number 3 or 4, she ain't getting no green card, and that man ain't locked up, and ain't nothing that can help him get off that registry list, honey. He will stay. Let me tell you something. I just did a whole thing on Omarosa and how she was saying how they operate in things that they shouldn't, and I'm just going to tell you this now. Omarosa tap dance with Candace Owens, and Candace Owens has now tap dancing ass out off them shoes. Turning Point is not Christian. It is Christian nationalism. I just sit here, and this man, he was a black man. I feel so hurt. But I said, well, killing, if anything is off, y'all know that's part of the commandments. You know, he said justify. We're not talking in lawyer terms, we're talking in general, because let me say something. When you go to the gate of heaven, you're not going to get in, child. Oh, the lady that's doing the grifted, that said her husband is a grifter and the grievance, she did. And to say boys will be boys, I want to say this: Nicki Minaj cannot say anything about trans when she had Roman, who was a male, that go against females in her mind. Nicki Minaj was acting like a whole man in the LGBTQ community. Roman was a man going against the females. And Roman has been coming out going against me. Honey, save it.
Responded by posting this. Know your neighborhood and protect your community.
I'm sick of Gary.
California's Megan's Law website makes it easy to access publicly available information about registered sex offenders in your area.
I'm done. Gavin Newsom plays too much. Oh no, you can't play that. Hold on.
So all of this discourse about Nicki Minaj reminds me of a really close friend that I used to have that was Guyanese. And she was from New York. She also was an attorney. And she sounded a lot like Nicki Minaj. And so did a lot of other people that she associated herself with. And a lot of people would be very shocked to know that a lot of women, men who are Guyanese or as conservative and Republican they can be, that's what they were. I also had another friend who was Thai, and her family was very, very colorist, very racist. And I'll never forget walking into her family member's house because there was like some type of funeral thing going on. And they basically looked like
this girl here. Shout out to her. I fast forward a little bit. She's a Christian woman. She's telling y'all that she is branding this for something. She's telling y'all that she is a colorist. Me looking at this woman. Hold on. Do I still got the picture of her on here? No. I think I have it in my phone. Let me see. Let me stop sharing. I want to show y'all. I looked at Nicki on that TP USA. And I keep looking like something is up with her fucking makeup. This something is off. Y'all want to say, oh, color, skin color, baby. This is giving color her skin. This is not her shade. I don't care what nobody say. Oh yeah, Twitter too. That's not her shade of foundation. Something is off. Something is off. I don't know. That man is in her ear so bad. It's ridiculous. And he's doing it while they're having. Okay.
The man of the house basically had to calm them down and say, it's okay. It's just so-and-so's friend, because they were so terrified or so like, we don't want to be around those type of people. And I kind of was like, wow, that's crazy. Not you having to like disarm them or have to calm them down so they can be comfortable around me. They were also very colorist and fat phobic. And it was the same thing with the woman I used to work with from Trinidad. She was a Trump supporter. She was a proud Republican. And as beautiful as she was very mean and nasty on the inside. She was very intimidated by women who had a certain color of skin. Like if you were any darker than me, oh, she would pick a fight with you. Like she didn't like you. She would try to conspire to have you fired. She tried to take over the workplace. It was a whole thing. And she would literally do anything to get a promotion. When I say anything, I mean anything. She also did not have good things to say about African-American women or just African-Americans in general. And so seeing Nicki Minaj, who is a Trinidadian who grew up in New York, talk like this is not shocking at all to me. Like not by a long shot. And she also was really close friends with Amber Rose, who is also, I think, biracial. Is she like half Canadian too? I think I don't know. I gotta look that up. I know for a fact that she's biracial, but I also think like she's something. I was gonna say Canadian, but I'm not sure. And they're really close friends. And birds of a feather, okay? Amber Rose has been really loud in her support for Trump and MAGA.
Amber Rose used to be real loud. Amber Rose is the same as Nicki with the grifting. And I'm going to tell you something. Amber Rose and Nicki Minaj used the black community. And a lot of people got mad at Jocelyn and say she got beat up. But Jocelyn was telling y'all that Amber Rose was using the black community. Jocelyn didn't lie that she used them for so long and don't want to acknowledge herself as being a black woman. When she fought that girl on College Hill, that's what Jocelyn was saying. She said, I will say I'm black. I have no problem. You have a problem with being black, but you don't mind using the black community. This is the same thing I said about Olivia. Olivia don't mind mating with a black man. That's why she felt like she was a preference. Because Olivia does not like dark-skinned black women. She feels like they are a threat to her. And who's at fault for that? Her mother. Her mother feels the same way about black women. Her grandmother, take that back, not her mother, because we're going to get into how she said her grandma raised her. Her grandmother. Her grandmother. So yes, it's okay to sleep with a black man to procreate, but as long as you think I'm a preference and I'm better, that is male-centered, and that's not just colorist.
And how loud of a Republican she is. And it was always kind of weird because it's like Amber Rose being a MAGA supporter is like an oxymoron, but I mean, I guess. And also being around these women, I began to notice that, you know, the woman I was friends with that was Guyanese would always talk about how she was black, but only when it was convenient. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the other Trinidadian woman and the other woman I knew who was Thai, and also another woman I
ain't gonna lie, it was funny. Jocelyn said, no, she wanna whip my ass, whip my ass. She said, I'm Afro-Latina, but I call myself black, bitch. I'm a black Puerto Rican. Amber Rose got mad as hell.
Used to work with who was from Ghana. They would always tap into their blackness in America when it was convenient or when they wanted to be a part of something, but they will always go out of their way to let you know that they also were not one of us. They will also make sure that us folk here, the Americans, the African Americans, would understand like, hey, I'm with y'all, but I ain't y'all. Like, I'm not black, I'm Trinidadian. I'm not black, I'm Guyanese. I'm not black, I'm from Ghana. I'm not black, I'm Thai. And when I was dealing with some of those people, it felt like you want to benefit from our culture. You want to enjoy our culture, our music, everything. But when it comes time for you to stand with us in solidarity, you always show us what you really stand for. And I distance myself from a lot of those people because, again, I said, I don't know what type of Christian you are, but that's not the type of Christian I want to be. So none of this is shocking at all. It seems right on brand, actually. Many of them are with the culture when it's beneficial, when it's fun, when it's catchy, when it's trendy. But when it comes to like politics, their views on political things and racial identity in America can be very distorted. And also when it comes time for them to stand in solidarity, a lot of them will show you exactly where they've been standing the entire time. So yeah, a lot of people in the Caribbean, they come to America, they voted for Trump. They voted against their own best interest because they didn't think that what Trump was trying to do was going to impact them. And then when it began to impact them, they were looking to us, African Americans, to stand in solidarity with them. And it was kind of like, oh, I've seen this so many times before. So all of this discourse about Nicki Minaj reminds me of a really close friend that I used to have that was Guyanese. And she was from New York. She also was an attorney. And
I worked with a Guyanese person and she would say she black. But one thing I can have my respect for her, even though we did not get along, that is she wasn't having. She'll tell you, I'm not with that with what he does, and that's not me. And I was like, why? She was like, because she feels like, you know, that's just not her thing. And she was like, she can't just be like that to people because that's not who she is.
You can finally come onto this app and say Nicki Minaj's name and the Barbs will not attack you. This is a
Listen, they having a field day. The Barbs ain't been attacking nobody. The main fan pages of hers have said nothing, y'all.
Crazy universe we're living in. Okay, I've seen videos that had Nicki Minaj's song playing in them, and people are commenting, "Rest in peace. So sad that the singer died." I would have never thought I would have seen the day The Barb.
They hate Nicki Minaj. Before we get into that, I had said something to myself. It's another breakdown about Nigeria, and then we're gonna keep moving forward with Nicki for a little bit. My Christmas was great. I had a good time. I got some good gifts. I had a great time. Yeah, it was nice. I watched some Christmas movies. I think I'm gonna watch something else. It was something else I was supposed to watch. It left my brain that fast. I had to find it. I think I was. Oh, I know what I was finna watch. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little break before we come live on here. But I watched about the mom that was a social media mom. They just released her documentary out on Netflix. I'm so excited to watch it. Oh my God, I know it's gonna be good. But I was trying to find Norbit yesterday, y'all, and I couldn't find it. Cause I see okay, this is how about y'all. I was on YouTube and I was sitting here listening to, was it Jessie Woo? And she had went off, and then here come Norbit. When I heard that singing, I say, "Oh Lord, it's so." And I was trying to watch it, but I fell asleep. I'm not gonna hold you, man. They ain't seen Norbit forever. It's forever gonna be funny to me, man. Okay, now this person said hey, I don't blame them. So they said, did you notice they struck Sokoto, not Borono, not Plateau, not the obvious front line? And they said that they should teach you something about American intelligence gathering. They know where the problem is from. You do not fight where the noise is loud. You hit with coordination, funding, and command are happening. The Nigerian army can hold the frontline soldiers, can confront fighters head on, but to end the problem, you dismantle the powerhouse. You break the coordination, the planners, the enablers. This is how real wars are won. This was not an attack, it was a warning. A message that says in clear terms, you know where you are. We are watching you. Leave now or face the consequences. This is how serious operations begin. Quiet, precise, psychologically. And this is only one of the many signals. If attacks in Nigeria don't stop, America will not back down. America, it does not care. What you see in the beginning of that phase, America is trying to take over Africa. I'm telling you now. You, Nigeria, get it in control before it comes an invasion. Period. But no, the Barbs are really like failing. Like there are her fan base. You see, listen. It's like it's not that many Barbs defending her. Like this is a fan base that like to dots. Who won? Did the Knicks win? This fan base like to dots. Exactly. This fan base likes Barbs like to dots, y'all. Y'all know that, right? So it's like, what? And this is my thing with Christian. And I want to say, yeah, they got the green light by Nicki. I'm gonna say this because I'm finna get ready to go out of here. I want everybody to know the difference between Christian nationalism and Christianity. I want y'all to pay attention how everybody is agreeing and how they just returned Christian. Let me tell y'all something. Ladies, I want y'all to pay attention. Men, pay attention. Because I'm going to tell you something. Once that man is out of office and they can't keep this rhetoric with the Christian nationalism to grow as they want to, watch how many people that were gay turned Christians not be Christians any longer. Y'all think I'm playing? Watch how it's a switch. Pay attention to the, oh, you got to be this, you got to be that, but they're gay. This is why, and I'm not saying all, but this is why the STD rate is high, because it's not because of gay. I don't want y'all to take that. I want y'all to listen to me very closely. People are being openly fluid and having sex with other people. And then y'all not taking it as court, and y'all taking it as a sexual ride, and then we get married tomorrow. Watch how teenagers are encouraged to get married instead of understanding who they are. Because like I say, marriage is a very, 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 very deep union. It is not to be played with. You, as a married woman, you have to understand who you're marrying. Are you marrying for make sure that person is stable and make sure their finances is great? Because at the end of the day, they have to be the leader, right? Make sure y'all have emotional, and this is being honest, you got to have an emotional, like have your emotions in check. Because let me tell you something, you can't be overly emotional. I don't want you, I'm gonna do this, and then step out and do something because you're young. You don't understand. Take your time. I know everybody's rushing to be young and be married, but there's a reason why men are getting married and women in their late 30s and early 40s, because they got to know who they are. They built themselves. They got to get used to being alone. Being a teenager in your early 20s is not, you too extreme, it's not okay. All right. I want y'all to understand. Take your time, y'all. Take your time. I know this administration is pushing marriage. Get to know who you are. You really got to be emotionally stable for that type of thing. It's a lot that come into marriage. Have I been married? No. But have I watched my grandparents? Yes. Did they disagree? But guess what? He never cussed at her. He never did. I watched every person in my family marriages. Has there been bad times? Yeah, but they stick it out. Make sure you with somebody stick it out. Let me play this last part, and we're going to get into it. I want y'all to be with somebody that's going to stick it out. That's why I'm taking my time, child. Because if I have to give up my bed space for you, you got to. Listen, I was telling somebody the other day, I'm not an easy. You're lucky if you're getting what you're getting from me, because I promise you it takes a lot. That's just me. I've watched things. I've been through a lot. If I get my space in my bed and I have to really deeply trust you, and you should be lucky for that.
Can we please separate Christianity in this country? There needs to be Christianity and then white Christian nationalism, because you all cherry pick the Bible the same way this administration cherry picks what rules and laws they want to follow.
Yep.
Okay? Because the same way that Donald Trump ran to the Supreme Court to freeze contingency funds, right? To take away food security for Americans and potentially starve people. When the Bible quite literally says feed the poor, you have MAGA egging this on and celebrating it, right? The same way the Bible says thou shalt not kill, literally one of the commandments. You have this administration bombing fishermen off the coast of Venezuela. And you have MAGA egging and cheering this on and claiming to be the party of Christianity. It's not Christianity. It's white Christian nationalism. The same thing slave masters practice and the KKK. Can we please separate
All right, y'all.
Christianity in
Listen,
this
I'm finna
country?
end it. We doing part 3 tonight. Hey, girl. Ooh, let's be real. You're gonna have to watch the replay, girl. We doing part 3 tonight. It's Friday. It's Friday. I want y'all to have a drink. Have a drink. We're gonna have a drink tonight. We got the New Year's Eve party next Thursday. Is it next Thursday? No, sorry, next Wednesday. We're gonna do reality TV tomorrow, because I gotta figure out if they gonna strike me for Kimora. And look, I don't think they strike me for Love and Hip Hop, but they will. Yes, please. Thank you, girl. But I think they will strike. I don't think Kimora will strike me. It's 2 different networks. Listen, about the reality TV. Starting, because I figured out they don't strike me and we can watch it together if I'm on members. We're gonna try members. I think my members is $5. I'm gonna lower it to $2.50 because I know it's a lot going on, and I want us to watch the shows together and break them down together. That way y'all can, because when I did audio, they struck me. So I'm gonna try it with Kimora and see what happens, and then if so, we're gonna move it to members, and that way y'all can watch it and I don't get strike, because I want y'all to watch it with me so we can break it down, because Married to Medicine was a good episode. Real Housewives of Atlanta getting ready to come back, so I really want to break this down with y'all, because we're going into what, January, February it will be out. So yeah, January, February, Real Housewives of Atlanta will be coming to play. But I want to thank y'all for watching. I'm going to come back, and I think I had 4:30. Let me double check. And we're going to do a part 3. Child, let me move it at 4:45. I want to do it a little late because it's Friday. Baby, shout out to all the reactors pulling up the old videos. Hold on, let me get my applause because y'all doing y'all thing. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all because, baby, I was looking for those videos. Y'all put, shout out to every reactor saying, no, she might be locked up, but we gonna make sure y'all remember. Let me see if she allegedly dropped something from the jail. Oh, Lord, let's see, y'all. Let's see. No, she ain't dropped nothing from the prison house. She probably got it scheduled. The last thing we saw was her crying and packing. Yeah, we're going down the rabbit hole tonight. Child, I hope y'all ready. I'm excited. We going into everything. We're going to her and Jazz. I'm finna try to pull up before I go live how her and Jazz got into this debacle, how they both went live and they were selling out. Jazz say that the second that Kalani daddy ain't Kalani daddy, girl. Y'all remember that? And then she tried to talk about, we finna get into it tonight. We gonna get into it tonight. I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all are ready. Make sure y'all have y'all snacks. 4:45 my time, which will be 5:45 if you're in the Eastern. If you are in California, it'll be 2:45. So if you are home, get your snacks. Get you a little drinky drink. We finna have some fun today. Oh, the De'Ara Taylor thing came out. We gonna have to do that Sunday. Oh, yeah, one more thing. I'm gonna go live 3 times tomorrow for this one thing, or we could probably do Sunday. I'm gonna ask y'all, but y'all know we talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. Stacy, yes, we finna go down a rabbit hole. I'm excited. Stacy from Real Housewives did an interview with Carlos King. She said Giselle is pretty and petty. She says she vomited on Ashley dating Cherie's son, and they asked her if Greg wanted cake, and she drank. We gonna have to go. If we don't go through that tomorrow, we're gonna go through it Sunday. But it's one that I did want to do a review on was De'Ara and what's that man name? Cam Newton. And hopefully the pastor, Mr. Jamal Bryant, don't get on me because I want to do a reaction Monday if he don't mind. Him and his kids his daughters having a conversation about him marrying his now wife. It's so I'm happy for him. I'm proud of him. I ain't gonna lie to you. Pastor, yes, I love them as a couple. But we're gonna talk about it. Y'all, we got a lot of content. But we gonna keep going down these rabbit holes. Let me see if she done got some hold on, y'all. Let me be nosy. Let me see if she grew some subscribers. No. Child, it ain't looking too good over there with the crybaby sessions. Okay, I'm finna go. I'm finna go watch this documentary and relax. I hope you guys have a great time. I will see you guys later. We got a lot of tea to cover. I'm gonna see what is going on with Lit last Saturday. We're going to talk about Candy Burris and Todd, and then we're going to go into Yandy and Mendici. I don't think I'm going to cover nobody else. We got to do a breakdown because Yandy and Mendici has been separated for a while. And I knew that was going to come out because of Funky Dineva and Tamar. We'll talk about it Saturday, Lit Live Saturday. We're going to do a breakdown because y'all be prepared. I didn't know till he said this. I figured that because she hadn't been in her reign. And we're going to get into Candy and Todd divorce and how they just spent Christmas together like that man ain't just asked for alimony and child support. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
It's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenally. Birds singing in the dead of night.